On Global TV News Express, importance youth volunteerism in advocacy emphasized. Fubara Diri arrived amid tight security as we gave burial oaths in Rivers State community. Akpabio three other nominated to committee for World Conference of Speakers of Parliament. Why Tinubu signed executive orders in oil and gas aid, and reference in getting aid into Gaza by sea against peace as airdrop mishap kills 5. Hello and welcome to all of viewers in Nigeria around the world to News Express on Global TV. We're live in the nation's capital, Abuja. I am Edikan Michael. The Special Advisor to the President on Energy, Mrs. Olo Virgin, has given reasons why President Bola Ahmed Tinubu signed executive orders to transform the gas and energy sectors of the economy, submitting that gas remains the best option for Nigeria's attainment of energy stability. The media were addressed in Abuja on Friday, pointing out the steps taken by the president was to make gas readily available to Nigerians at affordable rate for all purposes and reduce dependence on petrol and diesel. The advisor said the president had also introduced fiscal incentives to deepen compressed natural gas and liquefy petroleum gas. The petrolations are of course to maintain and easing the impact of fuel subsidies on transportation costs, enabling the displacement of PMS and diesel and contributing to stabilizing the price of cooking gas in the market and to support the transition to clean cooking. The presidential aide explained that the fiscal incentive for non-associated gas, midstream and deeper water oil and gas development is aimed at facilitating the monetization of Nigeria's extensive oil and gas resources. President of the Senate, Senator Godswill Akpabio, have been designated to be in the preparatory committee for the 6th World according to a statement issued by the General Secretary of the African Parliamentary Union to the General Secretary of the International Parliamentary Union. Mr. Martin Chungom is Secretary and pleased to announce the attention that after the virtual meeting of the geopolitical group held on March 7, 2024, the following members have been designated to be in the preparatory committee for the 6th World Conference of Speakers of Parliament. The Speakers of Parliament, Akpabio led Nigeria's delegation to the IPU's 147th General Assembly in October 2023, breaking 59 years jinx. He is the first Nigerian to be elected into the committee since 1964. President Bola Tinubu has directed relevant ministries, departments, and agencies of the federal government to ensure that the outcomes of research in science and technology are used to enrich policies that impact the real sector. Tinubu issued the directive when the president of the Nigerian Academy of Science and fellows of the academy paid him a courtesy visit at the State House in Abuja. Uye Abumafegbe has the rest of the report.
Speaking at the event, President Tinubu emphasized that his administration is advancing an all-encompassing approach to leveraging the capacity of Nigerians to innovate and create solutions from all spheres of human initiative across the public and private sectors, including farming, manufacturing, information technology, and academia, adding that his administration is committed to the comprehensive integration of research and the outcomes of research with the process of policy formulation and implementation in all fields of national endeavor.
Goal of the National Academy of Science and funding for science and development. I am fully committed and I work at the and others. You bear witness to this. We have to work hard and plan well.
During his investiture as the Grand Patron of Science by the Academy, the president said the pace of change around the world reflected in some national and global challenges requires more reliance on research for solutions and actionable data, especially in health and education. He therefore called on all relevant ministries to brace up and ensure that science research guides process development in relevant areas of advantage.
I believe without great research and development, no nation can develop to achieve its desire. Paying attention to science and development is a commitment I will continue to support directly and through various government policies and programs.
In her remarks, the president of the Nigerian Academy of Science, Professor Ekanem Braid, said a national research fund should be established as the country moves towards a knowledge-driven economy. Listing some of the interventions and achievements of the Academy in improving the lives of Nigerians, Professor Braid further advised that the nation's 265 universities, 84 polytechnics, and 205 colleges of education be upscaled in science research infrastructure and funding.
Do this by strengthening the nation's ability to deliver the fruits of science to society by the acquisition, growth, and dissemination of sound scientific knowledge and the facilitation of its use in solving many national problems. Specifically, our mandate is to assist government in addressing major national problems that can be solved by the application of science, technology, and innovation. We provide advice on specific problems of a scientific or technological nature.
The president acknowledged the historic feat of Professor Ekanem Braid in emerging as the first female president of the Nigerian Academy of Science since its establishment in 1997. Uyi Agmofwegbe, reporting for Global Television.
Youth volunteerism has been described as a necessary factor towards creating more awareness in the battle against tuberculosis. This was a key message in a workshop created to empower young volunteers with the aim of ending the scourge of tuberculosis, hosted by the Bridge Health Development Center with support from Stop TB Partnership, Federal Ministry of Health, the USAID, and other stakeholders. Fauzia Lickman tells us more.
The workshop saw the attendance of volunteers from all over the country and aims at educating the volunteers on tuberculosis and also creating a network of volunteers for health advocacy. Executive Director of the Bridge Health Development Center, DHDC, Deborah Eke, said the advocacy will be replicated in many countries all over the world.
Today, we would have the opportunity of hearing from people who have survived this disease. However, there are people that their lives were lost to this disease.
Dr. Emmanuel Okpayemi of the World Health Organization shed more light on tuberculosis.
If you look at during the course of the presentation, I did talk about cough, talk, sneezing, right? And I say each time you say you sneeze, that about over 4,500 bacilli are released. Release covering certain distance. So velocity is distance over time. So you are looking at it, the propulsive force. And that's why sneezing is particularly more dangerous. Why? Because of the tussive power that pushes it away. So when you say eating, instead of saying alhamdulillah, or God bless you, you are either to escape and cover yourself or cover your nose. Because the speed, the distance, the bacilli had covered within that period is usually very, very long. In terms of contact management, we say 8 hours. So when you have somebody staying in the same place with the same persons and the bacilli and they are coughing and sneezing to each other and they are getting into contact with each other, it's an average of 8 hours that you would know you are much more at risk.
Dr. Jamila Amin, representing the Coordinating Minister of Health and Social Welfare, spoke on the importance of youth inclusion in health advocacy.
They have high incidence of this disease, plus low awareness. They are very much affected, but their awareness is very poor. It's about 17%, the last data I checked. That awareness means, do you even know that TB exists? Do you know the signs and symptoms of TB? Do you know how TB is transmitted? Awareness is very poor in this category of people, and unfortunately, they have a very high incidence of the disease. They are the agile population.
Highlight of the event was a 1-minute silence held in honor of the victims of tuberculosis worldwide, and also the distribution of certificates and toolkits to young TB volunteers. Fauzia Lukman, reporting for Global TV News.
The Kano State High Court has issued a Form 48 against 18 former officers and leaders of the New Nigeria People's Party for disobedience to court order. They also appeared before the Kano State High Court on Monday 11th on March 2024 to explain why they choose to disobey court order and why they should not be confined to correctional service. Now, the National Commission for Refugees, Migrants and Internally Displaced Persons has said that over 6.1 million Nigerians were displaced by insecurity and natural disaster. The Commission's Federal Commissioner Alhaji Tijani Aliyu disclosed this during a visit to Governor Dikko Rada of Katsina State on Friday in Katsina. According to him, as of 2022, the Commission has about 3 million displaced persons, but with floods and other natural disasters, they now have additional 100% of such displaced people, explaining that authorities said that they now have 6.1 million Nigerians displaced out of their homes. Aliyu disclosed the Commission's intention to construct 3 well-furnished skills acquisition centers across the Northeast from the 2024-2025 budget. He said the essence of the visit was to distribute food items to about 700 displaced people in the state. But before, the Commission has been putting forth its effort to ensuring that these people were not left in an undignified way. Their children have received educational training funds from us, and about 120 of them were trained, and about 70 of the mothers were given some small starter packs to improve their living standard, he said. The First Lady of Borno State, Dr. Faramata Umaru Zulum, on Friday celebrated the International Women's Day by distributing the sum of 150 million cash and food items to 3,000 vulnerable women. The Global Day celebrating the social, economic, cultural, and political achievement of women. The day also marks a call to action for accelerating gender parity. This year, 2024, with the theme Invest in Women, Accelerate Progress, aims for gender equality and the well-being of women in all aspects of life. The Governor Uzulum also assured the women in the state of its administration's commitment to providing accessible livelihood sources to make them self-reliant as well as contribute to economic development of the state. And in celebration of the International Women's Day, the Nigeria Women for Agricultural Progress has advocated for women farmers' inclusion and recognition of women farmers' achievement in the agricultural sector. Our reporter Sharon Ajay has more details.
Dealing with the insecurity problems of farmers and their farmlands, the Senior Special Assistant to the President, Food and Security, Yejide Ogundife, says that the President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has put in measures to curtail such practices, assuring farmers of a peaceful work life void of fear of insecurity.
The military, the army, the police, they are out to drive out those bandits so that farmers could go back to the farm. And we thank God that gradually farmers are going back to the farm. And not only that, there is this creation of agri rangers. Those are the people that will go to the farms and protect our farmers. That's part of what our president is doing and this government.
Expressing our excitement for Alpha Women Farmers have come, National Coordinator NWAP Omolara Stevenson urged women farmers to take their stand and to also leverage on the power they have as women farmers.
Because enough is enough. We've had enough. So, I want to appreciate us. And I want every single one of us here today to start understanding how powerful you are.
Omolara has stated that part of the aim of NWAP is to increase the output, of food production in Nigeria and to enrich the lives of grassroots farmers.
It's all about what's my output. So in another 3 to 4 months, we will be coming here again to show you what our output is from Southwest, Southeast, and then we start with North Central. And so, so it's all about the output. All the noise we're making is to improve the output of food production in Nigeria. And by so doing, we are enriching the life of our grassroots farmers, real farmers, not political farmers, not portfolio farmers. That's the expectation.
Sharon Ajay reporting for Global TV News.
Watching News Express coming to you live from Nigeria's capital, Abuja, when Star Times Channel 276. Kindly follow us on all social media platforms, using at Global TV NG and other handles now shown on your screen. What News Express returns getting aid into Gaza by sea against Pierce as airdrop mishap kills 5. These and other stories coming right after this break. Do stay with us. This is Global Television bringing you live broadcast of News Express. Many thanks for staying with us. Fresh details has emerged on the robbery attack of 2 banks in Kogi State last Thursday. Now revealed that 1 police officer and 1 security guard lost their life during a shootout with armed robbers. This was made following the visit of the State Commissioner of Police, Bernard Onoha, to the scene of the crime in Ayimba on Friday. The command's public relations officer, SP William Aya, explained the Deputy Commissioner and Criminal Investigation Department has been directed to commence investigation into the incident with a view to bringing the perpetrators to deserve justice. The Commissioner of Police assured all of the command's commitment to working in synergy with other security agencies as well as patriotic stakeholders in ensuring that Kogi State is safe and secure for all and sundry. The CP further urged the people of the state to continue to collaborate with security agencies with credible information on the activities of anyone the reasonable suspect within their neighborhood. The dire conditions more than 5 months into the war have led to some countries to airdrop food and other assistance over the besieged Gaza Strip, but the procured malfunctions turned the latest operation lethal on Friday. 5 Palestinians were killed and about 10 wounded north of the coastal Al-Shati refugee camp. The Jordanian and the U.S. military officials denied that aircraft from either country caused the fatalities. They, however, expressed sympathies to the families of those who were killed, the U.S. Central Command said in a statement. The All Progressive Congress in Zamfara State has condemned the brutal killing of Chief Imam of Mother Jumat Mosque, Imam Abubakar Hassan, in the state. A statement issued on Saturday signed by Zamfara State APC Public Secretary Yusuf Idris lamented the gruesome murder of the Imam without any cause. They received the sad incident on the extrajudicial killing of the innocent sheikh by suspected vigilante group members as possible perpetrators of the heinous act and demand quick dispensation of justice against them. From Rivers State, governors of Bayelsa and Rivers, Senator Aduri and Fubara has arrived at the venue for the funeral service for the former Chief Executive Officer of Access Bank PLC, Dr. Albert Wige, his wife Doreen and son Chizi. A former Nigerian ambassador to Scandinavian countries, Dr. Gadnus Igali, has also arrived in the company of Bayelsa State Governor Senator Duyo Idiri, the State Commissioner of Police Olatunji Idris, and security men to the venue as members of clergy, traditional rulers from the Omerike, Wiges, Omtang, and monarchs from Oshigbo in general are already seated. The Nigerian Senate has resolved to investigate the unexplained delay in the electricity step-down of Okpai power plant in Delta State. Lawmakers during plenary sitting said investigating the delay have become imperative as the plant played a crucial role in the national power distribution system in 2005 when it was inaugurated. The Central Bank of Nigeria has announced a surge in foreign exchange inflow into the economy during February 2024. This increase is attributed to substantial growth in remittance payment from Nigerians abroad and heightened interest from foreign portfolio investors in acquiring Naira assets. The bank's acting director of corporate communications, Sidi Ali, revealed these in a document. Sidi said that overseas remittances reached $1.3 billion in February 2024, surpassing the previous month inflow of $300 million by more than 4-fold. On a sport, the Nigeria Football Federation has declared the position of the Super Eagles head coach vacant following the expiration of the contract of Jose Peseiro at the end of February. With the departure of the Portuguese who led the Eagles to second place of the 2023 African Cup of Nations in Ivory Coast, the Glasshouse is shopping for a replacement. Report of the appointment of former Gava Austin as interim manager was denied by NFF President Ibrahim Gusau. Also declared vacant is the position of the Golden Eaglet head coach. And as we wrap up the News Express, let's take a look at the top stories. Important youth volunteerism in advocacy emphasized. Fubara, Diri, Akpabio arrived amid tight security as we get burial holes in Rivers community. Akpabio, 3 others nominated to committee for World Conference of Speakers of Parliament. While Tinubu signed executive orders on oil and gas aid and the foreign scene getting aid into Gaza by sea gains pace as airdrops might sharp kills 5. And that is on News Express, came to you live from Nigeria's capital, Abuja, on Star Times channel 276. Kindly follow us on all social media platforms using at Global TV NG and other handles shown on the screen. I am Edikan Michael. Many thanks for watching. See you again.